So I went around itch.io looking for some horror games that I thought would look fun. Boy was I mistaken. 2 out of 3 of these games fucking sucked, and boy do I have something to say. One of the two at least had an interesting concept. Saying it was poorly executed would be giving it too much credit because technically it wasn't executed. But actions speak louder than words, so I say we stop beating around the bush and I just show you what I played. And hey, you enjoy what I'm showing you? Better subscribe. The first game I played was Coagulation Station, and it starts with the guy we're playing as being notified that he owes 53,000 kilo credits of debt, and he's not sure where it came from. Apparently, the people who want this debt cleared the GGB, Grand Galactic Bank, has a debt collecting process that is more than dubious, taking many of the vital organs. So our buddy here decides to find a way to pay this debt and scores the job of clot management specialist on the planet known as Carrion Prime, where the turnover rate on this job is really high. But regardless of that, he decides to take the job anyway because he always wanted to go there and try their clot dogs, or as I call them, shit dogs, and I'll explain that in a minute. But we're still building the story, and it's at this point where we show up to the pumping job and there's a few red flags like a gun, our only means of escaping is gone, which means we're stuck here, and notes around the place giving not only instructions but also hint at a possibility of there being something in the water. And if you saw the thumbnail of the video, you can probably guess what it is that's in the water. Our work here starts as we're given the task of taking control of the pump that includes going around and fixing the pipes when they burst or when they clog up. Now this is where some of my issues with the game arise. But I'll tell some positives first. The atmosphere of this game is great, you immediately get filled with a sense of dread as you arrive here, and then quickly realize your circumstances, which I like. And the game mechanics are simple, which is a good thing, but also leads into the bad parts of the game. Well, not bad, but not as good parts of the game. For example, if you don't think of the setting being particularly tense, the game's just boring because it's pretty much just a sit and wait simulator. There's not a lot of jump scares to keep you on your toes. Now, I'm not saying it needs a lot of jump scares, it just needs more. Now, the story progresses when it tells you that Pipe A is blocked. Put on your fire suit and head down. On your way down, you'll hear our friend. Very nice fellow, unless you get on his bad side, then he's not very friendly. While you're down there, make sure to do your job and unclog the pipe. Make your way up, do your job, and repeat until Pipe B becomes clogged. Head down, hear our friend. Go back up. You'll be notified of a surge event. What this means, I don't fucking know, but you'll die long before that reaches us, so don't worry your pretty little head about it. Another thing you can notice after you've unclogged Pipe B is if you look at the cameras I never mentioned and never will again and look at Pipe A, you can see our mate for the first time, and when you go down there to unclog it, you'll catch a glimpse of him for the second time. Now be warned, the next time you see him, he won't be as friendly. Well, it's time for next time and clocking out of our job, so strap on your finest diving gear because it's time for a fucking housewarming party as Pipe C has now been blocked. And from the state of the diving cage, you're not the first guest to arrive, so put away your social anxiety because it's time for greetings. Come on. Well, that could have gone better, but there's always next time. Oh look, credits. Alright. So, fun fact, before we get into the segment of the video where I cover this game is very loud, and these don't do anything. These do nothing. I don't know why you're like this back here. Please and thank you. But these don't change anything. The game does not change sound with these. It doesn't do anything. You have to open up Volume Mixer and change it manually, like this. This is how you change the sound in this game. I don't know why it's like this. Anywho, back to the video. Alright, well now that we're done with that, let's see what the other two games have in store for us. Yes. I see. Not much. In fact, these games are shorter than the first one, even if you put them together. I mean, damn, one of them's 5, the other 8. They couldn't even vote if they wanted to. And the first one of these is Photograph. Terrible name, terrible game. This game is like Breath of the Wild, as in you can say fuck the content and skip to the ending. This sucks, because the premise of the game is cool. You're in a haunted house trying to get pictures for your website, but in the process you realize your pictures can depict the accidents that happened here. And, I'll be frank, I don't know what half of them are, and the ones I tried to get didn't work. I was on this puzzle for 3 minutes, and I don't even know what I did wrong. I followed the directions, and it never worked. These puzzles were stupid, the fucking dog is dead, and I probably can't even show it on YouTube, so you're gonna get a stock meadow image instead. So, in short, this game wasn't fun. A camera snap out of 10. Now, we have the game Red Lights. Perhaps they should have listened to the title and stopped making it. While it's not good, I don't think it's trying to be. I will say, however, the VHS type effect is abominable, and the person who made it should never again. I don't know the story of this game. All I know is you're a guy named Bob whose car breaks down and you're looking for a place to stay. So you head to the nearest hotel, the Hasbro Hotel AIDS as pool. You go into the hotel, talk to this weird looking British dude who, like any other British person, speaks a language they call English, but you know they're lying.
Come down, Snevic Hospitality, I'll come out my house and I'll break your fucking legs!
And tells you they only have one room left. He then gives you the key to the room. You go into your room, stammer around for a bit, then you go to the bathroom and meet a naked lady and start clicking to speed up the dialogue. Hello. And then you go out of the hotel room and you see the boys. The Pickle Boys, to be precise. At least that's what I think they are. You then go up to the boys and you meet your fate. Seems poor Bob didn't came home. Closing statement on some of the games I played, I suppose. They weren't great, but they were fun, which is a good thing and a bad thing. Other than Photograph, they were both fun. I had a good time with both of them, more or less. They were both good. Red Lights was fun, but short. Photograph was awful and longer than it should have been, but technically shorter than it should have been. And Coagulation Station was just pretty good.